Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Fitzmonk TV here, aka G-Lord33. I am back here today with your Attack on Titan Chapter 137 review. I want to apologize. I did not post an Attack on Titan Season 4 Episode 9 review or reaction, or I didn't even do the spoiler video for Episode 10. It's been a busy couple days here in my life. I got school. We've had snowstorms, right? I had to do something with my car. Like my car got stuck in ice. Also, we had the Super Bowl. So I've basically been very busy these last couple of days. Plus, like Attack on Titan Season 4 Episode 9, it was a good episode. It wasn't anything bad, you know. Attack on Titan can't really do anything wrong these days. But not much happened in that episode, so I did film a reaction. It's just that, you know, the reaction just wasn't that big because there just wasn't much that really happened. It was more just flashbacks of the past, really. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not really gonna post a reaction, and that's my explanation for that, right? I may still make an episode 10 spoiler video because I do that every week, but you know, I don't know. I'm very 50-50 on it. But one thing you are getting is your Attack on Titan manga review for every month. We only have 3 chapters left if you include this one. Because remember, Attack on Titan will be ending with chapter 139 in April, right? And this chapter is controversial, right? We saw the death of Zeke. It looks like most of the Survey Corps members, including Levi, it looks like right now they're going to get out of this alive, right? At the end of the chapter, you know, we saw Armin drop the nuke on Eren, and it looks like Eren may be dead, but, you know, I do think Eren's still alive. And if Eren is to die, I think that we'll have to see that done with the next chapter, episode 138, or chapter 138, mind you. But, we did have there was a lot jam-packed into this chapter, and it wasn't a bad chapter, in my opinion. It wasn't bad. You know, I just felt like, you know, especially with the first part of the chapter, they could have made the first part of the chapter a whole chapter by itself. So I feel like, you know, there's maybe a little bit of rushing here, but still, I want to wait till we have the next 2 chapters and we have the full finale, and then I'll make a video after that, and then we can kind of decide, you know, if the finale hit or not. Like, I like this chapter, you know, we kind of saw some shonen anime vibes in here, like the power of friendship, right? Everyone banding together at the end, the team victory here, you know, something you would see in like a Naruto or a Dragon Ball. We saw some of those themes here at the end here, but we'll see. But getting into it, so we have Attack on Titan chapter 137 here, right? So you guys remember at the end of chapter 136, we had Armin and Zeke meet in the Titan realm, and we saw Zeke making the sand castles, right? So basically the first part of this chapter is basically Zeke kind of explaining, you know, more about the backstory of the Titans and the history, right, of Ymir and why things are like they are. Like, we know, you know, basically, depending on your belief system and your ethics and your morality, really, I don't want to get all philosophical because I'm not that kind of person. But, you know, if you look, basically, you know, one thing that a lot of people believe is we're put on planet Earth to basically have kids and then move on, right? Live our lives, try to be happy, you know, reproduce, and then move on so that life continues, right? And that's basically what, you know, Zeke kind of explains here, you know, and you guys can see, you know, he tells Armin, you know, and I don't want to make this a super long reaction like I usually do, but he tells Armin, right, the reason that life ultimately survived was because it was in its nature to multiply. You know, so basically this chapter is called Titans. So Zeke, once again, he reinstates that the purpose, this is to say the purpose of life is to multiply. And we see, you know, it's like Zeke has a very depressing attitude here in the first part of this chapter, right? It's like he's kind of just given up. And remember, we haven't seen Zeke since Eren kind of woke Ymir up. Ymir opened her eyes in the Titan realm. So Zeke's been here basically this whole entire time. It's given up. But the thing about it is, right, the Titan realm is separate, you know, from everything else. And in the Titan realm, you can't really die. You're free from death, right? And we see Zeke basically says here about Ymir, right? Something stronger, something larger. She gave birth to an undying body, and then she escaped to a world that was free of even death. So Ymir spent all these decades inside the Titan realm, free from death, but it's also kind of been like a hell for her, right? So then basically, Armin's like, what was, Ymir's, actual goal, and remember, Zeke's been here now for a grip. So basically, Zeke says Ymir never could defy King Fritz. Never could, really, because basically the reason why she obeyed King Fritz, the one that was responsible for causing her all this pain, all these years, right? The reason why is because that was really her only attachment to the world. Even though she spent all this time in the Titan realm, right? She still wanted to feel like kind of attached to the regular world. That's kind of her freedom. You know what I mean? And it could be a little confusing, but Eren understood that. Remember, one of the big themes here is Eren's quest for freedom, and he finally feels free by destroying the world. Eren's whole mindset, you guys are seeing this in the anime, right? Eren's whole mindset is, basically, I'm not going to be free until all my enemies are destroyed, right? Till there's no more enemies left to try to take over Paradise Island. That's Eren's main reason for the rumbling, and he's committing human genocide, but this is the way Eren believes he can achieve his own freedom. You can debate whether it's wrong or right at the end of the day, but, Eren understood that, and Ymir just wanted her own freedom at the end of the day. And basically, Eren understood that, and that's why Ymir finally wakes up. Right? And Zeke didn't understand that at first, but Eren did, and that is why Ymir went with Eren. So then Armin's like, all right, now tell me, how do I get back to the outside world? And Zeke says, it's impossible. But, I like this look on Armin's face. Armin's like, I haven't given up on anything yet. And then here we have more of that depressing Zeke. Zeke is like, why? At the end of the day, no matter how hard you fight, you're going to eventually die, right? Why not stay here and be free? Here in the Titan realm, there's no death. There's not much. You're fighting for an endless cycle, because Zeke's basically saying, even if you are able to stop the rumbling somehow, right? No matter what happens, the future generations, your descendants, right? This cycle of violence is just going to continue, because that's the natural order of things, because basically humans are meant just to sit here and reproduce. That's all it is at the end of the day, based in Zeke's eyes, And you see, like, Zeke's being very depressing, and it depends on what side you are. Are you on Zeke's side? Are you on Eren's side? Or are you on the side of Paradise Island with Armin, Mikasa, and all them, right? They're trying to be the heroes and stopping the human genocide by, having to go up against someone who's actually defending them at the end of the day, but is defending them by committing, the biggest violence that could be done in our society, human genocide, like what Hitler did, and all that. But, so Armin goes off like, my friends, they're fighting they're fighting right now because we can still save so many people from that terror. What we're doing is fighting fear, And once again, you have Zeke explaining, that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're all going to die eventually, either today or tomorrow. And then we get to see this, and this visual, and seeing like Armin like this, man, this gets me, right? We get a flashback. So basically, we don't know if this is just being influenced by, Armin's memories, right? And I'll go a little bit more on this in just a sec when you guys see what happens. But we see, right? And like, this panel gets me really. I sympathize with Armin here. So basically, Armin's like, what? The sun was starting to set. So he remembers a time where him, Mikasa, and Eren were running. They were racing. They were little kids, and Mikasa could have beat and won the race easily, but she's always following Eren. That's Mikasa, right? Always following Eren. And Armin, we know Armin's not known for his athletic, abilities, but still, it was fun to them. And then Armin at the time believed maybe the reason that he was born was that the three of us could be racing there, right? And you see Zeke actually finally lifts his head, his eyes start opening a little bit. And then we get to see flashbacks of Armin, things he likes to do, like reading books or, appreciating nature, right? And, seeing Sasha there, right? Sasha, man, I miss Sasha, especially, man, just having to relive Sasha's death in the anime recently with episode 8, it hits deep. It hits deep right here in the core, And just seeing simpler times, right? Look at, like, we even have Eren smiling here as, they're at the market just eating, I think eating ice cream here or chicken, something like that. I don't know what it is, but eating, good foods, And Armin's just thinking about those precious memories before everything, what the hell. And then, you see, right? The leaf that was in Armin's hand turns into a baseball. So then we know how much the baseball means to Zeke. Zeke's favorite thing was to play catch with his family, right? So basically, Armin's like, I don't know why this is happening. So basically, it's like in the Titan realm, things that happen around them are influenced by your memories. We don't get much of an explanation for this. And like I said, we don't know what's going to happen after this. Because the end of the chapter, we see, like I said, since you guys are here for the reaction, right? Armin does nuke Eren at the end of this chapter. Trying to make you believe that Eren's dead, but I don't think he's dead yet, right? But we don't know what's going to happen to the Titan realm and the future of the Titans. We don't know how this all ends. We still have 2 months to wait for the complete finale. But right, you guys see, Armin, who had the leaf, but now it's a baseball in Zeke's eyes. Armin hands it off to Zeke, right? But all of a sudden, you guys see, thanks to the power of the Titan realm, you guys see people from the past start showing. We see Grisha, right? We see the other Ymir, right? The Survey Corps Ymir, the one that, was the Jaw Titan. We see Marcel. We see Galliard. And this stuff hits deep. You know what I mean? So these are mainly people from Zeke Pass, right? And then right at that moment, we transition back to the outside world. And we see Peck, Peck had been transforming over and over again. But now she's weakened, right? You can see her arm, got chopped thanks to a Titan, and now, she needs time to heal. And even though we know Peck is strong, but she can't keep this up. So we see Jean. Jean does some goat stuff in this chapter, man. Jean has really progressed into a main character, throughout this final arc. And he saves Peck, right? But, they're about to escape to Reiner because, remember, Reiner was fighting the other Titans to give them the chance to try to attach the bomb to Eren's nape, right? And we see, but Reiner, of course, Reiner's always getting his ass beat. And the dude has, like, spears and specks all over, and he looks like he's about to be killed by one of the past Warhammer Titans, But right at that moment, we see as Jean is trying to get over to help him, we see Berto, right? Berto, remember we have the we're gonna call it the pig Titan, whatever you want to call it. We have the pig where Armin was, the pig that ate Armin. We see that Berto's, attempting to make a move, and then we see that now Andy's struggling. Andy gets speared by a past version of the Armored Titan, and you see now Andy is now in a lot, not Armin, but Andy, right? You guys know what I'm saying. Andy's in a lot of trouble here, But at that moment, right as it looks like Andy's about to be defeated, Berto's Titan takes control and actually saves Annie. And you guys get to see, look, right? And it actually looks like Berto's actually Titan. His Titan's actually showing some kind of emotion. And even, Peck's thing tells the whole story. Like, what's happening? Basically, you guys can tell this is all being influenced by what happened inside the Titan realm with Armin and Zeke, as you guys will see here in a little bit. Right? And then you guys see Marcel and Porco, aka Galliard, right? You can see past users of the Jaws Titan. Now they're going after the past Titans, right, as well. And everyone's shocked, like, what's going on? We also see Ymir's jaw tighten, and this is crazy stuff. So you're seeing the power of friendship, right? So it's like, and I love this because it's like they're bringing everybody from the past. Even though a lot of these characters are dead now, right? They're still having a role here in the finale, helping the Survey Corps here in this final battle against Eren and company. So, right, they have no idea what's going on, but Mikasa sees now she has a clear opening at the Pig Titan, and she's like, I can't waste this opportunity. All of a sudden, we see, of course, you guys knew Gabby was going to get at least one more snipe shot, right? So everyone's getting a moment here. You guys knew Gabby was going to get one more sniper shot with that Ackerman accuracy, right? And she, you got Levi there. I kind of like that visual. We got Levi there helping, Gabby. So basically, the shoots her right in the eye, and then all of a sudden, Mikasa comes and basically forces open the Pig Titan's mouth with the blade, right? You can see the blood, and then Armin, who is covered in, saliva, probably smells terrible, right? Is left free, and basically we know this is basically Ymir controlling this Titan, and we see. As Armin comes out, though, he gets grabbed by the Pig Titan's tongue, who's trying to get him one more time. But we see Armin actually does some goat shit. We see Armin does some goat shit right here. He throws a thunder spear at the Pig Titan, right, and basically is able to defeat it. But we also know that Armin's ODM gear got messed up, so he's falling really down. Connie finishes off the Pig Titan by cutting its tongue, because remember, it was wrapped around Armin's leg. So even though the Pig Titan's basically dead, they have to free Armin. So as Armin's falling, we get Annie and Armin sitting in a tree, and you guys can finish the song. But we see Annie catches her boyfriend, all that. Look at that. And we see Annie's like Armin, and then Armin's like Annie. So, right? I expect both of these two to survive this battle. And I think we'll definitely get some Annie and Armin romance. Definitely. We better get that. We better get that these next two chapters. I better get some Annie and Armin romance. I don't care what it is. They could be just going on a lunch date. I need that. I need that here in the finale. These next two chapters. So we see, Annie is, surrounded by a bunch of Titans, but you also get to see, right? You see Grissa's Titan. You see all these Titans, man. Everybody is helping the Survey Corps, and everyone has no idea what's going on. But right at that moment, look at Levi. Levi looks over and he sees his eternal rival. He sees Zeke. Zeke's like, oh, Levi. You wanted to meet me, didn't you, Levi? Can't say I wanted to do the same. So basically, this is like this is like Zeke kind of trying to, trying to make up for the sins, for all the people he killed, right? Because he's done a lot. So basically, he's like, all right, I'm going to help you guys defeat Eren, So basically, in the Titan realm, and you guys will see this in just a second, Levi's face here, bro, tells the whole story. Because Levi finally gets to fulfill the promise he made to Erwin all those years ago, right? The first time he spared Zeke, right? Because he hoped to have someone devour the Beast Titan. Then he did it again, right? Which you guys are actually going to get to see that scene here animated in the Attack on Titan anime in the next couple episodes, which is a God Mode Levi scene. It's a sad God Mode Levi scene, but it is God Mode Levi nonetheless. All right, but we see Armin explain basically, right, what happened is he woke everyone up who was asleep in the Titan realm, right? And basically, this is happening because all Eldians are connected. And all of a sudden, you see Ymir, right? You see Ymir watching this happen. And it's because Ymir wants to be connected, and we still don't fully understand Ymir's methods, but still, Ymir is connected here. And, as Zeke's talking to all these past Titan users, we see the only person that appears behind Armin is Berto. You guys know the connection between Armin and Berto, So we see, right, as Zeke is talking to Grisha and a couple other people. We see Armin. Armin's talking to Berto, and we see this has been part of Armin's character arc since he devoured, Berto, even though it was not his decision. But still, he's like, I took everything from you, your life, your power, even your memories. That's why I know we can't just stay here. Lend me your strength. So that's classic shonen, man. You see that all the time when two characters say the same line, right? This is so shonen. So right at that moment, Zeke's looking up and how beautiful a day it is, and he realized he wished he could enjoyed it, but he does it. But he's like, after everything I've done, right? Do I really deserve any peace? But he doesn't even get to finish his statement because we get it right here. Levi, with his last God mode, moment, comes out of nowhere, finishes the job that Eren, that he promised Eren back in season 3, and he kills Zeke, takes his head off. So we don't know what's gonna happen to the Beast Titan. We don't know what's happened to the Titan powers, if this is the end, right? Because in theory, they could still have someone eat Zeke, but we don't know. Maybe it gets, I don't know, maybe the power just gets sucked back into the Titan realm, right? I don't know, and maybe eventually one day someone's spinal fluid, will touch some random individual in the future and this all starts over again. I don't know. But still, we see right at that moment after Levi kills Zeke, and look at this, man. I love Levi's face here, Levi knew what he had to do, and he doesn't have that serious face. He's just like, it's like he's not even thinking. He's not even there anymore. And what would be sad is, because we know Levi has some serious injuries. What would be sad, and I hope they don't do that. I hope Levi doesn't die because of his injuries in the next couple chapters. My boy Levi needs to survive. I will be pissed if Levi dies, especially if he just dies randomly because of his wounds, because we know Levi is still heavily injured. But right at that moment, we see that the rumbling stops. It actually stops. So it stopped before they killed Eren. So the rumbling stops. And we see here basically Reiner's able to get his ass back up, right? And we see now that we see Marcel and Gallard and Ymir, they're helping Reiner, Reiner back to his feet. We see that Gene or Peck instructs Gene, go finish it. And I love this. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is a moment that should have been saved for Mikasa, but still, like I said, I don't think Eren's dead. We see Gene head over to the head of Eren's Dino Titan, and basically he's like, you stupid little suicidal blockhead. So still, Gene's emotional here, but he knows what he has to do. He detonates the explosion, and we see Eren's head comes flying off, right? But the crazy thing is, the second it comes out, we see the spinal fluid and everything. It tries to reattach right back to Eren. We don't know if this is Eren's power or if this is just, this is natural because, how powerful Eren is. But right at that moment, Reiner gives us a savage moment. Reiner, using the power of the Armored Titan, right? He goes to stop, because he knows if that reattaches to Eren, the rumbling will start back up again. So basically, if they're able to stop this and kill Eren now, they can finally end this all for good. Right? And right at that moment, we see Falco fly over, and basically everybody's back over here. I believe this is Connie talking here, right? We see Gabby, we see Annie, Levi, who is injured but looks to be okay. Thank you. All right, we got Mikasa. And you see there's only one person not here because Armin's gonna do the nuke. The nuke we have been waiting for this entire time. The nuke that he should have done like 5 chapters ago. But we see Armin comes over, and basically as he's right about to do the nuke, they're concerned about Reiner, but Reiner's gonna be fine because Reiner, with the power of the Armored Titan and the perseverance, he should be able to survive. We'll see, but I do expect Reiner to survive. But you see, they all get aboard, they start flying away, they make some distance, right? And right when it's safe, we see Armin says, thank you. With all of your strength, we would have been able to stop the rumbling. I love this visual right here. You got Bert, you got Grisha, man. And you see Armin's right there. This is crazy stuff. So it's the power of friendship. So basically, right, Armin putting his differences aside with past enemies like Bert, and now they're working together, man, for the survival of humanity. And right at that moment, you get Mikasa. Mikasa knows what's about to happen as they're flying away. Armin transforms, and you see the Nukes drop, which is going to destroy Eren's Dino Titan. It's going to be interesting. Will it be enough to destroy all of the Colossal Titans? It might be able to take out a good amount. I don't know if we'll be able to take all of them, but still, that's the way the chapter ends. This was a really good chapter. Like I said, I think like the beginning of the chapter with Armin and Zeke, right? I feel like they could have made a full chapter just about that. But we're going to have to wait and see how they do it, because remember, we still got 2 full chapters left. There's still so many questions. What happens to the powers of the Titan? Will Eren actually die, right? Historia's child. You can't forget about Historia's kid, if Eren still is the father, like most of us believe he is. There's still a lot of questions. What happens with the world, right? Will Paradise Island survive this? Still, tons of questions yet to be answered, but still, they're setting it up. What my prediction is that, this will stop the rumbling. It will destroy the Dino Titan. I think all that will be left is Eren's body. I think Eren won't be dead. He will be back to his human form, but he'll be injured to the point where he can't regenerate. He won't be able to transform again. Right, that's what I think is going to happen, and I feel we're finally going to have that final conversation. Like, if you guys remember way back, I think it was Attack on Titan chapter 111, 110, right, where we have that conversation where basically Eren tells Armin and Mikasa, right, basically like Mikasa, stop following me. Basically, where kind of where Eren commits his heel turn. I think. We're gonna get something similar to that, so everyone can say what they had to say to Eren, or maybe Eren's already injured to the point where he's about to die. But we see that final conversation, and we get to see Eren's final moments. All right, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's my prediction just for next chapter. I don't know what happens with the rest of this stuff, but I do think Eren will survive this. But I do think next chapter will be Eren's final moment, right? His final death moments. If Mikasa will probably be the one to do the job, because they've been teasing that forever. But I do think that's where we're heading. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought. This was a great chapter, right? I don't think I think some people are just, recency bias, right? Because there's just so much shonen, so many similarities to a shonen anime here with the final battle. I think a lot of people are just, thinking, oh man, it's like Naruto, or this is just like Dragon Ball or something like that. But I feel like after we see the next 2 chapters and we finally see how this does wrap up, right? Then we can look back on this chapter where the battle ended, and then we could see, was it a good final battle? Did it do its justice, right? But I don't really have the problem with the power of friendship here, right? I enjoyed it a lot. I'm just very curious to see how they wrap this all up, And will these next 2 chapters be a little bit longer? Because there's still a lot of questions that need to be answered here. But this was a good chapter, man. I'm happy that Armin finally did what he had to. He had to do this, I'm finally, I think now that we saw Armin do what he had to do, now let's see if Mikasa does what she has to do. I feel like Mikasa's gonna have to be the one to, perform the final blow. They've been teasing that with the Attack on Titan chapter covers for months, and I feel like that's what we have to see here. All right. Other than that, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, this reaction, man. I tried to, make this a little bit quicker, but, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, man. This was a good chapter. We still got just 2 chapters left. And the thing about it is, the last chapter of the Attack on Titan manga will be coming out around the same time that the anime will be ending, because we only have about 7 episodes left in season 4. at least part 1 of season 4, because I do think there'll be a part 2. But good chapter. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you guys did, leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new to this channel by hitting the bell next to my name, Fitzmonk TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. We'll be back on schedule with our regular Attack on Titan videos this weekend, right? So episode 10 reaction, right? Because it's gonna be crazy. I don't know if I'll do an episode 10 spoiler video. Leave a like if you guys want that. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys later, man. Stay safe and healthy, y'all.